also by hearing. Okay, let me not preach. Let's go to question number 1D. Okay, so question number 1D is state two sections of the Holy Bible. Two sections of the Holy Bible. Okay, the first one is New Testament. So the Holy Bible has got New Testament, and the second one is the Old Testament. So it's the New Testament and the Old Testament. Okay, so these are the two sections of the Holy Bible. We go to question number 1E, which is judging a person or thing in advance is called, that is called prejudice. That is called prejudice. Okay, that is called prejudice. Judging a person in advance before you listen to them, before you interact with them, you just put them to say they are like this. That is prejudice, which is very bad. Okay, so we got question number F, question number 1F, which is the word Vedas means knowledge. The word Vedas means knowledge. Okay, we go to G. How does the Zambian tradition region teach its followers? Okay, it teaches its followers by the word of mouth. Okay, by the word of mouth. There is no written document that people can use. So the belief or the teachings of Zambian traditional region are passed through the word of mouth or oral tradition. Okay, we go to question number 1H, which is mention three different ways in which a statement can be true. So if you want the statement, if the statement is true, it's going to have these characteristics. One, is it true to life? Okay, the statement, if it's true to life, then okay. Two is emotional true. Three is historically or factually or mathematically true. So if the statement has these qualities, then it is true. So these are the three things that can prove that the statement is true. Okay, we got to question number 1I. Give one example of how the disciples were learning without knowing from Jesus. Okay, so Jesus was teaching disciples learning by doing things. So when Jesus is doing, then people are watching. So disciples were learning from Jesus by watching him. So he was doing things like welcoming sinners, rebuking bad leaders, and also healing people. So those activities were teaching disciples on how to interact with sinners, how to interact with bad leaders, how to interact with people who are sick. So he was teaching them. So the disciples, they learned that when somebody is sick, they won't encourage him to stay back. Instead, they will heal him and allow him to join or her to join them. If they see a sinner coming, they wouldn't say, you are a sinner, you can't mingle with us. They would encourage him to be with them. So they learned that sinners are not to be chased away, but to be brought on board so that they also change. Okay, and leaders who felt like they were more better than the sinners were being rebuked to make them realize that they are no better off than those they consider to be sinners. So those are the ways Jesus was teaching the disciples without them knowing that they are being taught, without even Jesus telling them to say, hey, can you observe now? I'm teaching you. But he just acted and they learn from that. Okay, we got to question number 1J, which is, according to the passage, the old man used traditional methods of teaching his children. Mention three methods he used. 1, telling them stories. Okay. 2, using riddles. 3, using proverbs. So he taught them using these three methods. I'm sure you are able, if you go to back to the passage, you are able to see the answers. Okay. We go to question number K, which is, what two values are being taught in the passage? Okay, the two values that are being taught in the passage. 1, it is respect. Okay, and 2, listen to advice. So these two are the values that are being taught in this passage. I'm sure if we take time, we can still find other values that are being taught, but the ones that are highly mentioned in this passage are respect and listening to advice. Okay, so we have come to the last question of question 1. We can go now to the next question.